We're going to start with a case tonight that's getting international attention involving an American Airlines flight attendant who went missing and then was found dead in Colombia earlier this year. Authorities have arrested 3 people in the death of Eric Fernando Gutierrez Molina. And for the very first time since the arrests, his loved ones are sharing with our Marvin Hurst their appreciation for justice and the rocky road of grief.
Yesterday is gone for Eric Fernando Gutierrez Molina. But for his loved ones, they fan the flames of the now.
I feel like life is like a party, right? And the party just got dim because he's gone.
Yeah.
And I know for sure me and Ernesto share the same opinion of we want to celebrate him. And we always talk like he's still here. We never say past tense, he was or he did. It's he is and he will and he does.
The 32-year-old American Airlines flight attendant went out with a coworker, but vanished during a work layover in Medellin on March 21st. 6 days later, he was found dead.
So detectives have given their theory that they believe he was drugged and then, I don't know how you say that word, but pretty much choked and killed through the neck.
Jerome Gill is his good friend. Ernesto Carranza is his partner of 10 years. He says he got the heads up that police were about to make an arrest in this case nearly 5 months later. They are allegedly with a gang called Los Goteros. They target tourists on dating apps, drugging, robbing, and in this case, police say killing.
These people have done this to other people. These people are rotten. These people know what they're doing. It's malice.
Do you know that of him, that he was at a bar, going through an app, partying, and contacted somebody through these means and happened to run into these people who were up to no good, allegedly, and then ran into, a tragic end?
No. I mean, first of all, I'm not the detective that was dealing with this investigation. What I do know is my perspective is they're going based on the stereotype and of the statistics of gay men that go to Colombia, and this happens to other gay men. Me personally, I was in communication with him the whole night, along with Jerome, along with his best friends, along with his mom. So we all knew where Fernando was. It makes it seem like he pre-planned all of this. So why would you pre-plan to meet up someone and then end up dead?
And I think they also, with the images that they released of him at the club, which was hard to see because those are essentially his last moments, you can see him by himself having a drink, having a beer, and the suspects like staring him down. So what it looks like is this: he was targeted at the club.
The two say they are thankful for the arrest, the support from law enforcement, and airline personnel they didn't even know, for their Fernando, whose yesterday was stolen when he had many more tomorrows to live. Marvin Hurst, CBS News, Texas.
Tonight, a private investigator is sharing some new details of the case of a Dallas man accused of preying on a teenage runaway, giving her drugs and sexually assaulting her over the span of 3 days before confessing to the crime. As Amelia McGavro will share now, the girl's family hired the private investigator to help piece together what actually happened.
What started out as a teenager going out for a simple walk, investigators say became 3 days of abuse.
Scared, worried, desperate, feeling of helplessness.
Search and rescue investigator Alfonso Solis says the family called him after their 14-year-old daughter disappeared while walking near her grandmother's Lakewood home the night of July 29th. In a desperate search, Solis helped the family make flyers and trace her steps, all while she was allegedly being held just minutes away.
There's always clues, and in this particular situation, I didn't have anything. So I knew that she was either being harbored or somebody had her.
According to an arrest affidavit, the teenager told detectives a man pulled up and offered her a ride. Police identified that man as 62-year-old David Klepek. Instead of taking her home, though, investigators say he drove her to his Dallas duplex less than 5 minutes away.
Anytime a child goes missing, that clock is ticking. The fact that she was approached within 2 hours of leaving the house, red flags.
Police say Klepek gave the girl drugs before repeatedly sexually assaulting her over the next 3 days. She left the home and then was reunited with her family 4 days after she disappeared. And we also spoke to neighbors here on Dalehart Lane where the girl was taken, and they say the most shocking thing isn't just what happened, it's where. They say this street is where kids ride bikes and families go on evening strolls, not where teenagers disappear.
Just because I've never heard of anything in 25 years on this street happening, ever. Anything bad.
Police say Klepek was stopped near his home on Sunday during a traffic stop and arrested on a charge of sexual assault of a child. Police say he later confessed to the crime. And now Solis says the family is focused on healing, but he believes there could be other victims.
Oh, he was too comfortable to just pick up a random child on the street.
Klepek remains in the Dallas County Jail on a $300,000 bond. In Dallas, Amelia McGalvero, CBS News, Texas.
Now with our eye on your politics tonight, plans to make living more affordable in Texas seem to be the theme this week for both U.S. Senate candidates. Tonight, though, it was Democrat James Talarico in his turn. He unveiled his plan that he calls the New American Dream. Eye on Politics reporter Jack Fink to explain.
Show some love for James Talarico.
Against a backdrop that looked like a party convention, Democratic Senate candidate James Talarico delivered what his campaign called a major policy speech. Before 1,300 supporters in Arlington, he laid out his vision of what he's calling the New American Dream.
I will fight to unrig this economy. I will fight to lower your costs and raise your pay. And unlike Ken Paxton, I will fight to put your hard-earned money where it belongs, in your pocket.
Talarico blamed billionaires for the affordability crisis and said he wants to rebuild labor unions, cancel medical debt, and stop hospitals and insurance companies from overcharging patients.
It is time to raise the minimum wage and expand overtime pay so workers can actually share in the wealth they create. It's time to repeal the big ugly bill's tax breaks for the top 1% and give that $1 trillion to the middle class in the form of a cost of living tax cut.
Talarico didn't take questions from reporters about his proposals. With 3 months before Election Day, 3 recent polls show Talarico is ahead of Republican Ken Paxton by 2 to 3 percentage points. Paxton said Tuesday night he believes he can turn the polls around. Talarico chose to launch his New American Dream in Tarrant County, one of the main battlegrounds in the state of Texas this fall. From here, he will go to 10 other cities to discuss his programs, and he'll be back in North Texas later this month. In Arlington, Jack Fink, CBS News, Texas.
And if you happen to missed it, as we reported last night, Republican candidate Ken Paxton calls his affordability plan, quote, protecting the Texas promise. It includes an annual $25,000 deduction on federal taxes for all out-of-pocket medical expenses, a $50,000 tax deduction for first-time home buyers, and a subsequent $50,000 down payment deduction for people moving into any new primary residence. His plan also includes a $5,000 tax deduction for spending on a healthy lifestyle, things like GLP-1 medications and gym memberships. And he says he would double the child tax credit to $4,400 per child. Paxton says he would also make the Trump accounts for children permanent. Got an update for you tonight on the battle over a border wall, and Big Bend State Park is front and center. The Texas Land Commissioner tonight ordering federal contractors to stop unauthorized activities on state land right near the border. Texas General Land Office says that it found a federal contractor had illegally cleared more than a mile of state land. The Texas Land Commissioner has sent a cease and desist order to the contractor and also Customs and Border Protection, and is asking them to return the land to its original condition. And it all comes as more than 140 outfitters and business owners did send a letter to Governor Abbott and also Senators Cruz and Cornyn to push for transparency and technology-based solutions for a border wall. The group is also trying to halt any kind of plans to build steel border barriers at access points along the Rio Grande because they say it will severely limit public access to the river.